Hey, it's H here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for US oil or the crude oil. I'll cover wave analysis with the Elliott Wave theory and provide multiple scenarios the price may take and explain why I prefer one count over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Before getting into Elliott Wave count themselves, let's take a look at the RSI here on daily time frame. Looking at these highs from the $122 around the 8th or 9th of June, we can have a trend line drawn here on RSI, and we can see that it is punctured now. From these lows, we had a push higher and then down again. At this moment, to me, it looks like this structure, whatever this is completed here or has a possibility of being completed. And then we could be looking either creating a some kind of a correction here upwards and then continuing this trend downwards again, or it is part of this larger structure in here and it could be done at these lows, and now we would be heading higher. So that's what I had on our RSI. So before getting into the new main count, I wanted to present again the previous one and the issues we had there. So, and the reasons basically why I wanted to create a new count. On RSI, we see that we have a high here, 3rd of 3rd, that would be fine. Overall, wave 1 would be here, wave 2 very shallow. We can't have anything to do with that. Again, these futures or crude oil was basically at zero at the crash of 2020. So, yeah, 1, 2. Don't really have anything here to add. Some kind of zigzag pattern here, again some kind of zigzag, doesn't have a really good alteration. They are looking pretty similar size, so that would be fine. Wave 2 here into intermediate compared to wave 4 here is no relationships. Wave 4 is so much larger, does not really make too much sense. Also here wave 2 would have some kind of very swift move down here, and wave 4 would be this size compared to this. Does not really make too much sense either. Also, this wave 4 is in intermediate scale when comparing to a higher time frame, higher degree wave 4 of primary here. Again, we can see that there is very distinguishable size difference. So that's why I wanted to start look into a new count here that would make a bit more sense. So here it is. Starting again from the lows, we would have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alteration between this wave 2, very sideways correction here, and this wave 4 would be very fast. Then we would get to wave 1 here, 3A structure here. Either the wave 2 is here, and this would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or this would be an ABC, expanded flat, into wave 2 right here. Again, the wave 2 retracement is so minimal. Again, we would have an extension here on the wave 1 overall, so that would explain why the retracement was so shallow here. Overall, from these highs, we had taken out 26%. Not too much, very small retracement to be honest overall, but yeah, that's not something that happens every time that we get to the lower levels, especially if we have that extension on the wave 1. After that, we would have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On lower time frames, this 3 and 5 has a divergence, so that would make sense. And the reason why I wanted to have this as an ABC into wave 2 is just because if we have this as a wave 1, 2 here, and wave 2 of primary would be on these lows, there would be really no relationships or no correlation between this wave 2 here, this whole structure 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Wave 4 would be this one, and wave 2 would be this. So again, we didn't have the right look. This would create a better look here for this whole structure. So overall, what we would be looking at is this as an expanded flat, and this structure as something else. At the moment, we have already retraced around the 0.5 for the wave 4. So at the moment, I wouldn't really like us to go too much deeper here overall. Of course, invalidation is all the way down here at $76. and we have definitely quite a way to that area still to go, 20%. A lot can happen. If you're not an Elliott Wave trader, you could be looking this as a golden zone play or golden pocket play, where the price would get back into this 0.618 retracement of this move here, and then could be very interested. At that point, again, we have support here as well structurally, so it would make sense that if the price is getting here, I would not really see it going back to these invalidation levels at all. I have a bearish count that would support more downside movement as well, but we'll look into those in just a moment. Before that though, let's go through this structure in here, as I have it a bit different this time. I've labeled this as a 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 here into wave A, then 3-way structure here into wave B. Wave B is very large compared to wave A, but sometimes wave Bs are that way. At the moment, again, this would create us a 5, 3, 5 pattern in which wave C would be a 5-way structure. It is also possible to label this as a 3-way structure, in which, again, we would be looking at something else here. Rather than that 5-way structure that is mandatory here on this ABC structure. So those are basically the reasonings. Again, expanded flat here, or actually a running flat, as we did not take out the A waves lows here, and then again A, B and C, having this as a zigzag, a very large zigzag of that sort though, but again would be viable. Now, again, as mentioned, this can be a WXY instead of that A wave here, so we'll look into those as well. Before that, though, I have a very bearish count here, which does not really fit into the idea of being a wave 4 here, though. This, however, if we are just looking at the structures in itself, it would definitely fit very nicely. Having said that, we would have a 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Let me fix that position here, into wave 1, then 2, and then again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, can't have this as 3, as wave 4 would get back into wave 1 area unless this is a diagonal for some sorts, which is again one of the possibilities I'm presenting here. However, I've labeled this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into wave 1, again of lower degree. Wave 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, again lower degree, because this structure is getting back into the previous lows. So again, a possibility for another 1, 2. So overall 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And this structure, however, does not really seem too impulsive. We did have some kind of structure here that could, I guess, be labeled as 5 ways, but overall higher time frame, it does not really look like that. These projections would be way down below the invalidation levels. So if the price is getting there, then I would be liking to keep track of this count. I really can't see this being the possible wave 4 overall, and then this would be the ending diagonal, which would be truncating the higher time frame 3, and this would be wave 5 overall, and this would be again impulsing downwards at that point. Some of the higher time frame counts would support that, but at the moment I don't see that very likely. Now, as we were talking about that diagonal possibility, let's go through that here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, very simple, very good looking as well. However, one of the things that I don't like about this is this area here is going beyond this trend line, but again, a minor thing, but something to keep in mind. Then we had previously this expanding diagonal that did not play out. Again, we had to go to the 1-to-1 extension here. It did not happen, so this is invalidated. It does not have the right look if we want to be extending this. So I'm just going to delete that. Some other counts there. And then again, more counts saying that we would have this whole structure as a W instead of that A, B, and C. And in here we would have this as intermediate. Looks like I got wrong degrees inside here, but again, these structures inside would be saying that they are part of this wave Y here, ending in here. So overall we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into A, 3 wave into W, 3 wave into X, and then 3 wave into wave Y to complete the B wave. Very complex structure here in this possible B wave, and this would get us our A, B, and C. Now, what I don't like about this is because it is very complex, and there are other possibilities to end the count down here, so that's why I'm not preferring this at all. Let me fix that. There we go. And also the wave B did not get to the 38.2 retracement here, which is again something that I really like to go with if we are looking for three-way structures. So that's one solution, but again, not my preference. WXY, way more better looking, saying that we have a WXY into W, 3 ways into X, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into an A, 3 ways into B, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into wave C, completing the wave Y overall of this structure and completing the whole WXY in itself. I think I had it in here, yeah. Let's move that into a different folder. Let's put it there for now. But yeah, this is the better look overall. We are getting to one-to-one extension here for this WXY. Did not get to one-to-one extension here on this lower time frame structure, only the 764. But yeah, overall it looks pretty okay. Also, what is good about this overall count, saying that we have three-way structure ending down here, is that we had taken out these previous lows, getting that liquidity as we see this spike here, lower stop losses down here, wick and heading higher. And that is definitely a sign of a possible bottom here. And then, of course, unfortunately, crude oil could be heading higher, as this would be a 3, this would be the wave 4, and then we would be heading higher. Now, those are the overall structures. So currently I don't have anything too bearish here, so I'm just going with this count, saying that we have the WXY completing down here, and then or the diagonal, one of the each other, or one of those. Again, both are ending at these lows, and then we could be looking at this very ugly looking 5-way structure in which we would have A, B, C into wave 1, 3 ways again wave 2, A, B, and C. This would be a contracting diagonal here into wave 3. This A, B, C, meaning the C wave is the contracting diagonal, and then 3 ways into 4, and then 5. Very ugly looking at the moment, but I can't really get anything else here as a 5-way move. Then we would have a very deep wave 2 here. Not quite sure if this is even proper count. It definitely could be that this is instead a W, X, and Y here. Then we would have some kind of WXY here, and then continuation upwards with another corrective structure overall. That would not really fit this count, however, which would be ending down here. But again, I don't really have anything else at the moment on this one. I'm going to be working on these structures more in the next couple of days, or a few days, most likely updating USOIL again next week or later this week, but we'll see. But again, those are the overall structures that I'm looking at and how I've labeled and why I've labeled them this way as I have. If you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate likes, and link to my free Discord server in the description below. And for now, I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.